Today I'm reviewing the LG Gram Pro 2-in-1 16-inch touchscreen laptop powered by the Intel Core Ultra 7255H, with 32GB of RAM and Windows 11 Home. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've spent consistent daily time with this machine, using it for productivity, multitasking, light creative work, media, and some on-the-go use. These impressions reflect real behavior in real scenarios rather than benchmark sheets alone. Let's set expectations early. This isn't a heavy desktop replacement meant for sustained high-end gaming or continuous thermal strain workloads like long rendering tasks. It's also not a budget Chromebook-class tablet. What it's designed for is a high-performance lightweight 2-in-1 that feels capable across productivity and creative tasks without feeling bulky. In everyday use, this laptop feels genuinely fast. The Intel Core Ultra 7255H keeps tasks responsive whether I'm running multiple browser tabs alongside Slack and Zoom, or editing large documents and spreadsheets. Switching between apps feels fluid, and 32GB of RAM removes that pinch point you sometimes hit when too many heavy tabs or tools are open at once. That capacity isn't just a number, it translates to fewer stalls or memory juggling in multi-app workflows. The 16-inch touchscreen enhances flexibility. In tablet mode, it's natural to scroll and tap through menus, sketches, or whiteboard apps. In laptop mode with a keyboard attached, touch gestures remain intuitive. The hinge feels solid without being stiff. It isn't something you worry about in everyday flips between modes. That fluidity matters more in real use than spec names might suggest. Portability is a real, everyday strength here. The Gram series always aims for lightweight, and this model continues that. Carrying it between rooms or brief trips doesn't feel like lugging a traditional 16-inch laptop. If you're frequently mobile or working in different spots around a home or office, that light footprint shows up as lower fatigue over time. Display quality is another area I lived with daily. Colors feel balanced without artificial saturation, and viewing angles stay consistent when you're collaborating or showing the screen to someone beside you. The touch layer feels responsive whether you're tapping icons or doing light drawing. Thermals and daily usability matter because this is a laptop you'll use for hours. Under typical workloads, browsing, documents, video playback, the unit stays quietly cool. You don't get distracting fan noise in everyday tasks. If I pushed into heavier loads like prolonged video editing or rendering, fans did ramp, but they stayed controlled and predictable rather than suddenly loud or erratic. Battery life varies based on use, as it does with any portable. For typical mix-and-match workdays with browsing, videos, and productivity apps, it lasted comfortably through several hours without needing a recharge. That's the kind of reliability you appreciate without having to think about the nearest outlet during casual use. Now a balanced comparison. If your priority is maximum sustained performance for tasks like 3D rendering, heavy simulation, or specialized compute workloads, a thicker workstation laptop or desktop still delivers more headroom. That's simply the trade-off when you choose something lightweight over sheer thermal capacity and raw power. If you compare this to more basic 2-inch ones or lower-tier laptops, you'll notice this feels more capable under load, smoother multitasking, faster app responses, better handling of RAM-heavy workflows. Simpler devices can feel snappier in short bursts, but they often struggle once you stack multiple demanding tasks. This laptop makes the most sense for people who want strong everyday performance in productivity and creative apps, value a lightweight 2-in-1 for mobility or flexible use, appreciate a bigger, touch-enabled screen without extra bulk, multitask regularly with many apps open at once. It isn't trying to be a desktop power station. It's focused on delivering confident performance with portability and flexibility. Here's the measured evaluation. The LG Gram Pro 2-in-1 16 inches feels like a practical blend of speed, lightness, and everyday usability. Its roomy touch display and solid performance make it comfortable for extended workflows, and the build quality makes the 2-in-1 experience feel natural rather than gimmicky. The trade-offs, typical for this class, are that it won't replace a workstation for prolonged heavy compute jobs, and battery life depends on workload intensity. But for most modern productivity and creative use cases, it feels capable and adaptable. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.